Hi guys, AzureAce here and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super episode discussion where today I'm going to be talking about episode 95 entitled The Wickedest, the Most Evil, Freeza's Rampage. Oh boy, this was an absolutely alpha episode. Frieza, one of the best villains of all time. I don't care what anyone says, he is one of the best villains of Dragon Ball, of anime, of popular culture, just in shows in general. He is an absolute badass. I love Frieza so much. But with that being said, let's just get right into the episode. So the episode starts off where it last left off. The dog assassin's still alive. If you remember, Frieza shot him in the shoulder last episode. Frieza explains to Goku that he can now control the golden form due to doing mental image training in Hell, which is very interesting. It's interesting how he can control his golden form through doing that, but he then becomes true Golden Frieza. But it's not a new form, just kind of think, the way I'm going to think of it is just kind of like a full-powered Super Saiyan. If you remember that when Goku and Gohan originally came out of the Room of Spirit and Time back in the Cell arc, they were able to just kind of walk around in Super Saiyan. I would say that's kind of a similar thing here with Golden Frieza being able to just control the form, move around in it and just things like that. Frieza then bursts out his aura and Goku is very worried. He is definitely sensing that Frieza is a lot stronger than what he was back in the Resurrection F arc, and Frieza just starts flying at these assassins. He's putting holes in these people with death beams. He fires like 10 different death beams like he did in the previews from his fingers, and they just start flying and they're homing in on all the assassins and they're just going right through them, and it's just the body count is continuing to rise for this episode. You can literally see the bodies all dropping behind Frieza. Then they all fly at Frieza and he literally pokes them in the head, making their heads grow big and explode. This man, what is this man on? I want the drugs that this man is on. Frieza is going insane this episode. The assassins then go after Baba and Ghost Usher, so Goku has to get involved, and he makes quick work of him. He then tells Frieza to stop, and we see the dog guy forming a ball of ki in his hand, and we then get a flashback to the meeting of him and Ro and Sidra, where Sidra grants him with a piece of destruction energy, meaning gods can pass down energy down to mortals, which is also very perfect timing with the whole Goku Hakai thing that's happening in the manga right now, the very stupid and, well, you know, for lack of a better word, retarded thing that's happening in the manga right now. Frieza notices the dog guy and the destruction energy. He then throws it and it misses Frieza, but comes back and Frieza just, you know, pushes his hand backwards and death beams it, and it's absolutely crazy. He goes to throw another one, but Frieza just death beams it right out of his hand. He then pulls a Goku and fires a third one up from the water, which Frieza starts struggling to hold back, and then starts to consume him, and then he just says, ha ha, joking, and he just starts smiling and literally squeezes this ball of a Kai, this ball of destruction energy, back into the small ball of ki as he puts a hole in the dog guy, ending him as we go to a commercial break. We come back from the break and they decide that this energy is probably from a god, where Frieza then goes behind Goku, hitting him with the energy. He puts a knife right in the back of Goku, putting Goku inside this Hakai energy as we switch to see the tournament is complete, and it is a lot bigger than what I originally thought. They are like little tiny specks on this massive tournament arena, and the Zenos absolutely love it. Goku's struggling to get out of this Hakai energy, so it seems Frieza's just become too strong. I'm not sure why Goku doesn't just jump up to Blue, because he's base form right now, so I'm not sure why he doesn't just go up to Blue and get out of this Hakai energy, because he's gonna die if he doesn't. Frieza demands he talks to the assassins' gods, where we switch to Sidra and Ro as they wonder where the assassins are, so they call them, but it's not who they expect to come on the other end of that call, as Frieza comes on the other end of the call. And we get a big shocker that kind of goes towards the leaks that we got a few weeks ago. Frieza says that he won't tell Zeno that they kind of screwed around with Universe 7 and tried to sabotage them. Instead, that he will join Universe 9's team. Ro goes through the rulebook and tries to see if they can take someone from another universe to just make sure Zeno doesn't destroy them for it. However, while Ro and Sidra are bickering, Beerus and Whis appear and Frieza's like, well, time to go, and he destroys the kind of communicator thing that he was talking through. Beerus wonders what Goku's doing and then literally blows some air at Goku, and the Hakai energy is just blown away and explodes, and he knows right away that that energy was destruction energy from a god, and wonders who that energy was from. Beerus then asks Freeza if he was bargaining with another universe, but Whis says he might have been trying to gain intelligence on them. However, obviously that's not true. Freeza says that he is going to manipulate the gods in this tournament, even Beerus, so it's very interesting to see what he's scheming for this tournament. It's like he's become the star of the show here. Goku then asks for a minute as we get a small sparring match between Goku and Freeza, and this sparring match was animated by Naoto Shishida. This man, whose man is this? We had Tate in this episode, we have Shida in this episode, who was not only storyboarding, but he did this animation for this small sparring match between Goku and Freeza. The first person to get a punch in this match wins. Whis starts the match and they start teleporting. Goku bumps up right to blue. Frieza powers up and they fly at each other. However, they both punch each other at the same time, knocking each other out. We switch to see the tournament arena with different cards flashing up as we have our confirmed Universe 7 team, meaning the leaks were fake, as Frieza will be joining Universe 7's team. We see a shot of Kitela. We then switch to see Jiren finally opening his eyes as he stands on a cliff. We see Frieza reuniting with all the team at Capsule Corp. We switch to see the arena as the next episode. The Tournament of Tournament begins. The tournament that decides the fate of Universe 7 and all the other universes. The Tournament of Power begins next episode, as the episode ends there. However, with the episode out of the way, it's time to get into the overall thoughts of this episode. This episode was absolutely fantastic. I honestly can't go over how good this episode was, and the fact that they had even just like the littlest, tiniest bit of Shida in this episode, as well as Tate, man, this was a fantastic episode. I can't go over it. Though I still think that this is not the best episode of the arc so far. It was definitely up there. It was definitely up there with the likes of Goku vs Gohan, which is actually my favourite episode of this arc so far. But it's great. This is fantastic. And it's great to see that Universe 7 will be keeping Freeza. However, the thing about that is, will he really be staying in the Universe 7 team, or will he be trying to scheme? Because we do see that in the previews, which I'm about to start talking about, he's trying to link up with Frost, which is something we've been looking forward to for quite some time as a community, seeing the interactions between both Frost and Frieza being both fellow Frieza clansmen together. But I'll be talking about that in a moment. But before I get into the previews, I will say that, as I've said on Twitter, I'm sure a lot of you guys are following me over there on Twitter, but I am stopping the preview series. I will no longer be doing a preview series on the Tuesday like I normally did. I'll be doing them part of the episode discussion like I used to do, because, you know, it really just wasn't doing much for me. I had to just kind of get rid of them. I tried them out for, 20 or so episodes for this arc, but they're just not good enough, guys. I had to put them part of this episode discussion so I can get even more better content out to you guys on a Tuesday instead. However, with that being said, let's jump into the previews. Now with the overall thoughts out of the way, it's time to get into the previews with episode 96 entitled "The Time Has Come to the World of Void, where the universe's fates will be decided." That's a bit of a mouthful for an episode title, but as we get into the previews, we immediately see that Liqueur, Arak and Ivan are going at it, the gods of destruction of universes 8, 5 and 1 respectively. Exempt from the tournament, mind you, they are all not in the tournament. What I'm guessing they're doing is kind of, I suppose, testing out the arena to make sure that it's fit for having 80 fighters fight on it at once, which is insane still. We then see Daishinkan just chilling. We then see Zenos are lying down and as if they're sleeping, but they might have like a fever or something because the Omni Guard is using like a fan to fan one of the Zenos. We then see an absolutely huge thing. We get a shot of both Frost and Frieza together, so you can best believe they'll be scheming in this tournament as we see them start talking to each other. We then see Goku, Vegeta and Gohan, and we also see the big man himself, Jiren, so it'll be very interesting to see what he does in this first episode. We also see the Universe 1, 8 and 5 gods, the rest of them, like the Kaioshins and the Angels as well, so they'll likely be spectating in this tournament. We get a quick shot of Murichim, then a shot of two new characters, a green bird type thing and a pixie or something, so I'm sure in this episode we're going to be getting a lot of different character interactions. We're going to be getting a lot of new characters introduced, some returning characters, you know, like Hit, Kaba, KO, Caulifla, Topo, Dispo, all these different guys. But then we see one of the big talking points of this episode, and a point that I'm going to have a video out tomorrow talking about. We see a Yardrat. And if you're a bit rusty on Z's story, the Yardrats are the aliens who taught Goku the instant transmission. For what reason are they there? I am 100% not sure, but I do discuss that in tomorrow's video. We then see Champa, Varos and Beerus. We then see Sidra, Ro and their angel. We also see Jean, who is the Universe 12 god, also exempt from the tournament. We see Topo's returning. We see the Universe 7 team again, with everyone having this very worried look in their faces. It looks like they're very worried about seeing all these strong fighters. I'm sure they can definitely sense how strong all these guys are. Do they think they can't compete with these guys? I'm not sure. We get the title. The time has come to the world of the void, where the universe's fates will be decided, as we see Universe 7's team going down to the arena as Goku gets this big shot through his head. They're kind of like how, you know, you feel the power, you sense the power, as we see Jiren, as he almost has the same aura as Merge Zamasu, which is very funny. He's got like this kind of white rainbow aura around him, but I'm pretty sure it's not the same aura as Merge Zamasu. Come on, as the previews end there. But that wraps up this episode discussion. It was a very, very good episode. The fact that Freeza came back, he was as savage as always, was absolutely fantastic. And the next episode is surely going to be an absolutely great one, with all the different characters finally coming together for the Tournament of Power, which is starting next episode. So I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of different stuff, a lot of different information next episode on the Tournament of Power. However, if you guys like this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Frieza and Frost are going to team up or fight together in this tournament? Or do you think that it's going to be every man for himself with the universes? Please share this amongst your friends, and if you could please hit the bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get a notification every single time I upload, meaning you'll get a piece of content to you as it goes up. I've been AzureAce, and thank you for coming to the video.
You have arrived. I'm here to tell you that if you don't subscribe to AzureAce for Dragon Ball, Kingdom Hearts, and Pokemon TCG content, you will wander forever in the darkness of your heart.